So today's session, I'll be teaching you on data modeling using Power BI and also Excel. All right. So before I go straight to the topic, maybe let me explain what is the case study for today. So today's case study, we have location. That means location in the sense of like London, Bournemouth, Liverpool, and Manchester. So these are the respective location, and each location they have the football clubs. That means like in London you have Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, and West Ham United. Meanwhile, in Liverpool you have Everton and also Liverpool. Manchester has two football clubs, Manchester City and Manchester United. So in this table, especially table 1, you have the location and you have the team, the football clubs. If you go to a different tab, which is financial performance tab, in this table 2, as you can see over here, in this table 2, you can see the football clubs and also the revenues. That means the revenue in 2019, the revenue in 2020 until 2022. All right. So you have the football clubs and revenue, and also you have the location and the football club. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge this data. I'm going to merge this table. I want to combine this table using Power BI. All right. Okay. So this is your Power BI desktop. Okay. For those who are very new to Power BI desktop, what you can do is you can actually go to a Microsoft Store and you can actually download this from your Microsoft Store. It's actually free. So you can actually download this from your Microsoft Store. So if you have like Android phone or an Apple phone, of course you have the App Store or the iOS Store. So similarly in your laptop you have the Microsoft Store. So when you go to your Microsoft Store and you go to Power BI, and then when you download this, you can actually use the Power BI desktop. So this Power BI desktop is whereby you can actually produce interesting visualization, interesting report. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to import data from Excel. Why I import data from Excel? Because the data is actually from the Excel file. Okay. So the data is actually from the Excel file. So I'm going to import this from the Excel. So I'm going to import this, and the file name is Power BI form, and I press open. So once I press open, it will load for a few minutes or for a few seconds. Okay. So once it load, you will notice that a big window will appear or a big box will appear. All right. So can you see this box? Maybe you can just type number 3. If you can see this box over here, you have the table 1, financial performance, geography. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click table 1, because table 1 we have the location and we have the football club. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press load. Okay. So I want to click in this data view. Okay. When I click data view, you can see that both the location and the football clubs are being loaded to the Power BI desktop. If just say you were to see in a model view, okay, when you click model view, you will notice that in this table 1, you have the location and football club as well, or the team. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is I want to extract another table. I'm going to extract another table. I'm going to go to the Excel workbook. Okay. So my friends, can you see Excel workbook? Maybe you can just type number 4 in the chat box if you can see Excel workbook. Okay. So this is where I'm going to extract the data. So I'm going to click the Excel workbook. And then what I'm going to go is I'm going to go to the same file, Power BI 4, and I press open. So I press open. So again, it will load and a big box will appear. So in this box, I'm going to choose financial performance. I'm going to choose this table over here, and I'm going to press load. Okay. So now it will load again to the Power BI desktop. All right. So now in this particular Power BI desktop, we do have two different data. One data is the Power BI, which shows the location and also the team. Another data is shows the football club and also the financial performance. So what I'm going to do is I want to merge this. That means how I merge this, by you can actually connect this as well. So in our table 1, we have the football club or team, and this is connected to your financial performance data. All right. So the next step is what you can do is you can actually build a dashboard or a visualization based on this data. Meaning to say you go to your report view, and then what you can do is you can actually create slicer first. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this, and I want to click a slicer. All right. So I click the slicer over here, and then I want to put the location over here. All right. So now you will have your slicer for the location. All right. Meaning to say, if just say I click Liverpool, it shows Liverpool. If just say I click London, it shows London. All right. But also you can also change the settings or the format of the slicer. That means you go to your format, your visual, you click over here. And once you go to your format, your visual, you go to slicer settings. You click on the slicer settings, and then you click on tiles. So if you were to click on tiles, it will appear on a tiles format. So let me just upkeep this so that you can see clearly. Okay, so this is your tiles format, and maybe let me make it smaller. Okay, so now this is your tiles format. So if just say I want to click Leicester, it appear Leicester. If I click Liverpool, it appear Liverpool. All right. So the next thing that I want to click is I want to have a graph. So I just choose maybe a clustered column chart. I click this, and then I choose location. Maybe location is over here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. Okay, so you can actually choose your graph over here. That means you can choose 2019 to 2022. So let me just make it bigger. Okay, so you have this graph. So you have 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. Okay, so I'll just rename this again. I'll rename as 2019. Okay, so I think there's some internet connection. All right. Okay, 2020, and then 2021, 2022. Okay, so for those who are facing with some internet connection, okay, again I repeat, what I did is I click at the clustered column chart. All right, so once I click here, and then the next thing what I do is I drag all the financial years over here. All right, and then what I do is I want to insert some data label. So I go here, go to format your visual, and then I just on the data label. So as you can see, now you can see here, this is your data label. All right, so let me make it bigger. Okay, so if just say I were to click Leicester. So when you click Leicester, you notice that the graph changes automatically. Okay, so let me adjust again. All right, so if just say I were to click London. So when I click London, you notice that it shows 0.41 million. Okay, so this is the chart as well. All right, so now what if just say I want to create something interesting. So I'll just choose field map. All right, can you see field map over here? Maybe you can just type number 5 in the chat box if you can see field map. All right, so this field map shows the actual location of the places. Okay, so I'm going to click field map, and I'm going to put my locations in over here. Okay, I'm going to drag the location and put it over here. So now it will load. So when I click just say Manchester, so when I click Manchester, you will notice that the graph changes as well, and it shows a Manchester map. So if just say I were to click maybe Leeds, so when I click Leeds, the map shows Leeds, and you will notice that the graph will show a Leeds performance as well. Okay, again I repeat, so if just say I click London, so when I click London, you will notice that the graph has changed, and also the map has changed accordingly. All right, okay, so